Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is in your part of the world. Welcome to the Contentful Dev Show. I'm Marcelo Lewin, the Headless creator. Like always, feel free to reach out to me, Marcelo at theheadlesscreator.com, as you see there. Today in the Contentful Dev Show, we're going to be talking about, we're going to be showing you how to archive dead content using the Contentful API. And when I say we're going to be showing you, it's really my special guest that will be showing you, Aleks Dubinskiy. He's a Contentful developer and a system analyst. I will be bringing him in camera in just a minute. But before we get started, like always, up there you have all my links to LinkedIn, Facebook. Today we're going live also on Periscope. I didn't know the system actually supported that, so I went ahead and added it. But I heard also that they're shutting down the service on March of next year. So it doesn't matter. Might as well use it now until they shut it down. So hopefully we pick up a couple of new audience members. So anyway, welcome. Good morning to David on LinkedIn. Thank you for joining us. And so there's my website, headlesscreator.com. Like always, you'll be able to watch all the shows that we're doing live on demand on that site. And you can see right here, the Contentful Dev Show. This episode, which is episode 6, will be live probably half an hour after we're done with the broadcast. And just remember, you can click on the actual episode. It'll take you to watch it there. But not only that, most importantly, you'll be able to get the code by clicking on Get Code. It'll take you to the GitHub of Alex's GitHub, to be able to download the code that he's showing you today. So like I said, we're going to be talking today about how to archive dead content using the Contentful API, more specifically the CMA. I also want to remind you that I have a bunch of other shows: the Content Modeling Show, the Contentful User Show. I just did one yesterday on using tags. The Dev Show, which is the one you're watching. The Changelog, actually, I'm going to have a special guest again from Contentful tomorrow, talking about the app framework in there. And then I have the podcast where I do one-on-one interviews. So check out headlesscreator.com. But enough of this boring stuff, and let's bring Aleks on. I'm going to bring Aleks, and there we go. Aleks, welcome.
Hi, Marcelo. Thanks so much for inviting me.
How are you, sir, today?
Doing very well, thank you.
Now, you're in Denmark, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
In
yes.
Denmark. So I'm in Southern California. It's about 7:40 in the morning. That's why you see I have my cup of coffee right here, which I will take a sip. So while I drink my coffee, wouldn't you do too? What time is it over
I
there?
have a bottle of juice, just the same.
Okay, as long as it's not alcohol. It may
It's
be.
not alcohol.
Okay, good. I want you to write good code.
It's almost time for that, but
Is
not
it
yet.
almost time for, so what time is it over there?
It's actually 4:30, 4:40
Hmm.
p.m.
Oh yeah, it's past noontime, so then
In
it's
fact, it's
definitely.
already sun is already down.
Oh yeah,
We're having some of the shortest days right now.
same with us. Yeah, I don't like that. But hey, before we jump in into you showing us what you're going to show us, which is archiving dead content, give me a little background of yourself. How did you get into development and all that?
Right. So I've been working with Contentful for the last 3.5 years at DFDS, and I've been a systems analyst and a Contentful developer there. And a little bit by luck, a little bit by my own interest, I started working with the content management API, while almost everyone else was working with the content delivery API. And so I've discovered how much you can do with Contentful by injecting content in large amounts and or modifying content with code. And there's a lot of beautiful and really powerful things you can do with that. And it scales very well, and probably going to show you some of that here today.
Now, how
So
did
yeah,
you get into development? What interested you in development?
development in general.
In general.
I have been in development since I finished college. Been started out with computer games, and
Oh,
Yes, my first job was with the IO Interactive on the Hitman project, the Hitman game.
Oh, wow.
So that was my first job, and then I kept on moving around within the industry. But content management is definitely relatively new for me.